no, it was tremendous. It was huge. It probably started around 2011. People just started picking up good classic stuff. Then 2012 it got a lot bigger, and a lot of like young people, teenagers, people in their 20s were buying turntables, and then the good stuff just kept on selling and selling. 2013 it really went through the roof.
Well, I'm listening to the special that I bought on record in Thorpe in Edinburgh yesterday. Not that often, but I think I'm going to start because like more places are selling them now.
We started selling record players last autumn. Like we got in 10 record players to see how it would go. And 2 weeks later, they're all gone. And 90% of them were to younger people and teenagers or 20s.
It's quite old. I don't know where it was from because I got it from my sister when she moved out. But she didn't really use it, and I use it quite a lot because I just listen to like my parents' old records. I'm definitely going to start buying like my own because it's better sound, like quite fun.
You know, vinyl is actually fun. It can be hi-fi, like the really high-end audio hi-fi snob stuff, or it can be really portable with your little record players that you carry around from house to house. Yeah, when I was a teenager, before we were old enough to get into pubs, we would, in the summertime or good weather, we would go around to each other's houses and you'd take your wee bag of singles, and somebody would have like a front deck or a back deck or whatever, and you had the record player there, and you'd all just play records and hang out and shoot the shit all day, and you'd have your favourite records, and between like 4 or 5 of you had a really good collection. It's fun. Vinyl's traditionally been seen as a kind of an older person thing, people my age, kind of middle age, whatever, because that's what we grew up with in the the 70s and everything.
They just like all that retro stuff. They all want to be different
and they have a real policy of like making it really expensive. The record companies have reps that go around the various shops, and there was a classic example of a compilation album, like a mixed CD, that cost us £2 and we sold it for £3, and it cost Urban Outfitters £2 and they sold it for a tenner. It is a superior sound. You're getting 100% of the audio spectrum. CDs take away the top 20% of the high end, the kind of bottom 10%. So they CDs kind of bite 70% of the audio spectrum. You only get that. You're losing the extreme high end. Whereas a vinyl wave is 100% of the audio spectrum. So you can feel the ambience. You can kind of feel the room things were recorded if you're sitting down getting a good experience. So the record companies, especially Universal Records, really tried to get rid of vinyl back in the late 80s and the early 90s. And a guy I know who lives in America had a record label, and he worked at he had an indie label he did on the side, but he worked in a pressing plant just outside Atlanta, Georgia, and it was an indie pressing plant. They'd been going for like 20 years, and then the guy who owned it was getting older, and he basically sold it to Universal, and they dismantled it and put the big machines on freighters and took them out to sea and dumped them in the sea and came back empty just to get that off the market, just to stop vinyl from being continued to be pressed there because they were pushing the CD.
Everything comes back around eventually.